Hey, welcome back. I hope you're all having loads of fun. Well, Blizzard isn't. They're not having any fun at all. Well, this entire Blizzard ordeal is getting out of hand quickly. With each passing day, there's a new turn of events that is not only exacerbating the original issue, but also creating more problems along the way. A fresh new laceration from the Blizzard bleed is leading to a new movement of Overwatch players demanding the renaming of McCree. You heard that right. The Overwatch character McCree, Overwatch players are demanding his name be changed. I'll get into why. As absurd as this sounds on the surface, for once, I may actually kind of agree with the crying crowds. Suffice it to say, I can see two motivating factors for both sides of this issue. Let me explain. Let's take a look at an article by Dexerto.com. That name is weird for me to pronounce, but anyway. Within a text exchange titled BlizzCon Cosby Crew, which is not a smart move, a response was made by Jesse McCree, the same Jesse McCree who the Overwatch development team named a character after. And that text exchange consisted of a sexually charged statement, which was, "You misspelled F-U-C-K," as you can see here on the text exchange. Please press pause, read the whole thing so you can get the whole picture. Here are some thoughts. You may like them, you may hate them, but here are a couple of thoughts. Number one, yes, I agree that the chat log presented here is dirty. It's pretty perverted. But, and I hate to do this, but I have to be fair. Doesn't this guy have a right to speak freely in the privacy of his own text with his friends and coworkers? Now, unless these statements were made on the clock, I don't see how it's anyone else's business. Again, let me rephrase that. The situation can be viewed in two different ways. Situation one, the guy did wrong on company time, so spank him. It was unprofessional, so conduct whatever disciplinary actions that are necessary. Have fun with that. Situation number two. The guy did wrong on his own time. And this is, I wanted to be really specific with this because we are getting into scary territory here. Where what somebody writes in a text exchange with his friends or family can be used to smear him and get the guy fired. This is dangerous, scary territory, everyone. I want everyone to really absorb that. Absorb what a slippery slope this is. We have to be fair to the guy, and here's why I say that. Everyone across YouTube, I'm sure, is going to jump on this situation and hone in on the use of obscenities, just because the guy used F-U-C-K in a very perverted sense. Okay, I get that. But like I said, if this is done on his own time, there's nothing anyone can do about it. Unless his conduct was done on company time, on the company's dime, then his unprofessionalism should definitely be called into question and punished accordingly. The last point I'd like to make is that unless there is evidence of sexual misconduct by Jesse McCree, then his text messages can only be construed as perverted. And like I said, there's nothing you can do about it. So, if there's no real, tangible evidence proving Jesse McCree is like the next Nexium all over again, then all we have now is just mere complaints. Just complaints about what somebody says in a text. That's really none of your business anyway. I hate to say it, but let's not pretend that you and I have never said anything disturbing, sexual, or even inappropriate. I've said inappropriate things many, many times in the past. I shouldn't be raked over the coals for what I say in my private life, and neither should you. You should have protection over what you say in your private life, not so much when you're on company time. That's not to say that the situation isn't going to get any worse, by the way, because I strongly believe that it will. This situation is only, I promise, only going to get worse. Now, I was about to, not very long ago, I was writing the script, I was getting ready to make a video about whether or not we should have a World of Warcraft 2, and then this shenanigans started. And I said, okay, now's not a good time for that subject. But I am going to make a different video very soon about this whole situation as a whole. kind of standing off from a distance and viewing the situation from a bird's eye view. Because I have some ideas that may not be very popular, but I am deeply convicted about what I'm going to say in my next follow-up video. So watch out for that. Remember, folks, what this guy said is inappropriate. I entirely agree. What he said was bad. And if it's done on company time, yes, put him through the ringer. But if what he said was off company time, with his friends and cohorts, then really that's his private life that should not be pried into, and this guy shouldn't be raked over the coals based on comments he made off the clock. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but it will protect you too one day. Until next time, have fun.